is December 12th, 6 o'clock in the morning. We are leaving. I feel like I have strep throat. It's 22 degrees outside. Joey Havlin over here is going to be driving us 2.5 hours. This kid just turned 18 yesterday.
Hey, happy birthday.
It's freezing!
We're waking up this early in this cold and paying $50 to slave away for hippies.
I know, I'm so happy.
Pure joy.
I feel like 2 orders of hash browns, please. Hey! This one's from Mr. Fazio. This one's for Sheebs. Doing whatever we want. This is our house. This is our room, and we can't stop. We won't stop. Hey! Straight flexing with the easy pass. Hey! Big brother.
I mean, motherfucker.
Absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
Destroying the world.
Disgust me!
Wow, that's like a two part up there.
That's just straight up undercover, am I right?
Money got me pulling strings, I got that Geppetto. Steady vibing, oh keep my side, baby, ballin' just vibing.
Give that Western Mass air, boys. We be flexing on that dirt road.
What the hell? Oh my god.
What the hell?
This is where it ends.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is where we get killed.
Put it in reverse.
What's the problem?
I don't know.
Pulled over.
This guy just pulled.
What are you doing?
He has a gun.
He's listening to headphones. Why would he do that here?
Who is that man?
Wait, no,
He's coming back.
Oh my god.
he's on the wrong side of the road.
Was that? Oh my god. We're literally drifting.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Down this road. Matt, get this camera out.
It's out.
Camera out.
Dogs!
Dogs! Ah! One man with 3 dogs. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
It's so slippery. I have no
Such a
control
wooden
of
house.
my car. That's
Oh
the
my
idea.
god, so self-efficient.
450. Wait, they didn't even plow their road. Oh, visitors next left.
Hey!
Okay.
Psych.
Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys.
Oh, this is a good song to roll up with.
Here it is. Hey!
Hey, we're here. Get a nice visual on that sign.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yep. So eco.
Oh, this road?
That's so what Choppin Wood.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Look at this.
Wood.
Look at this road.
Wood. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Nature.
Animals. This is. Oh shoot.
So eco.
So eco.
This is my parking spot right here. This is especially for me.
This is dope.
There's a sauna. There's a pool.
Don't say that.
For real? There's a sauna.
Oh my god, there's a cat keeping guard.
What if that cat just turned?
This is Rocky shot. I'm scared. We were just showing our rooms. Josh and I are down here. These are our beds. And then we come upstairs. And there's 2 more beds. So this is our room. It's pretty big. There's 0 heat. We walked in. And there was a man.
There's a lot to say about the man. The first thing that really caught my eye was his eye. Pretty sure it's a glass eye. It's a little lopsided. He had a cup of moonshine on his desk.
So many keys.
So we learned that a lot of people live here full time.
Other people commute.
We did a ritual in the beginning. We all came together in a circle and held hands in a moment of silence for about a minute.
Connect with our bodies.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of the holding hands?
Just kind of getting everybody on the same page and just getting into your body a little bit. And, just like, okay, we've arrived. We're leaving everything from our whatever else we were doing behind. And
Our first task was to pry up a plow so they can get that fixed. Josh and G-Cow are getting wood. So what is the greenhouse for?
this greenhouse grows food for the winter, and it's where we do all the work starts for the spring.
The Ecovillage was founded in 1978 when 5 people came out here and bought all of this land, and just that small shack over past the greenhouse was here, and they built everything from the ground, including this greenhouse, which just was completed after 15 years of work. So this is the greenhouse. This is where they grow all their food in the winter and where they start the young plants. We were told that with the sun coming directly in on the windows, the greenhouse can reach up to 75 degrees even in the winter.
It's pretty dark right now with the snow on the windows. People can come stay here temporarily, and has a wood stove. There's no electricity, so it's either candlelight or kerosene lantern.
Anything involving wood, stacking wood, cutting wood, moving wood, burning wood, makes you a man.
We hauled wood, I don't know how far, pretty far.
Yeah.
With wheelbarrows and sleds. Kind of mastered the wheelbarrow strategy.
All these teas are grown here.
Which one do you recommend?
I like nettle, but that's mostly because it's good for your blood. It's not as tasty as something like spearmint.
I love this place. It's my new home. After we brought all the wood, we're helping build their new greenhouse. As you can see, we're wearing t-shirts, and
The greenhouse is
it's
solid like
very,
97
very
degrees in
cold
there.
out. And this is because we were just in the greenhouse for about 2 hours. We're insulating the greenhouse, and it's extremely hot in there.
Right now it's about 15 degrees outside.
15 degrees outside, and it's like a fresh air with my t-shirt on.
I was on a very unstable ladder, probably, 10, 15 feet up in the air, and it began to collapse. So in order to save my own life, I had to grab on to a ceiling beam, swing myself over to a pile of hay, and safely climb down.
There's their beautiful kiwi garden. They have a fence though because porcupines eat them. So they're having a struggle growing kiwi. Here is the greenhouse they're building. We've been building it for a couple years. Door with wooden lock. Pretty dope. This is Bruce. He's gonna tell us about
hi.
it. He's a founder.
So what we're doing here is we're building a passive solar greenhouse, which means basically heats up from the sun. And this wall over here, which is the north wall, is straw bales. And straw bales are super insulating, and they're the stems from growing grains. In many cases, it's a waste product, so you're taking something out of the waste stream and using it for walls. And what you do is you stack them in, and they get about R42, which is a measurement for how much heat will be maintained by the straw bales. And then over the surface of the straw, you put this clay plaster, chopped straw and clay, and that makes it perfectly fireproof. Over the clay plaster goes a coating of limestone. We have a whole house that we built out of straw bales. And so the idea is that we're in New England. We want to be able to grow more food locally, because local is good. And we grow everything organically too. No pesticides, no chemicals, nothing like that. You know, in the spring or in the summer, you can open up, the whole ends open up, and it'll just keep cool air moving through the whole thing so it won't overheat. And these are thermal pane glass units here that we put in. And most of the wood here, in fact all of the wood here are trees that we cut ourselves locally. And much of it is what we cut up on our own sawmill. So I have a little business cutting trees for people. We cut the trees, bring them here, cut them up on our sawmill. And you know, anytime you use wood that's shipped across the country, which most of the houses that are built in New England are, the wood is used from the West Coast, which is clear. Usually they do clear cutting. It's shipped 3,000 miles across the country, and there's a huge amount of energy involved in transporting it here. So anything that you can do locally like that is much better ecologically. It's a much better system. So this insulation here, this blue stuff that's in the end wall here, is basically made up of the remnants from blue jeans, and they shred it up and they make it into an insulation. So it's also a waste product, and it's very completely non-toxic. And if we don't use the blue jean material, we use ground up newspaper with boric acid added for a fire retardant. Stuff for the planet.
This is the assembly line right here. Josh picks the cotton, throws it up to G-Cow. G-Cow throws it up to Joe, and Joe puts it in the wall. Josh is Thor.
Sweating.
All the way.
It's 1 o'clock, and the Three Musketeers and I are going to eat lunch. It's another part of the main community center.
Like inside the house.
I know, it's really weird.
We got it.
There's just so many beds everywhere. This is single.
Dope.
These are wooden knobs. Alright, have fun.
You're not gonna stay?
No. Buddha.
However, is
Look at that. They're literally
very
flowers.
different. Well, this is more efficient than a wood stove because, you can load it up when I'm talking to you, because it burns at very high temperatures, and the smoke doesn't go right out the chimney. It goes up and down, and then around, and finally out the chimney. And because it burns so hot, it burns up a lot of the flue gases that normally go out and pollute the atmosphere. And because it burns up the flue gases, it also is more efficient, because what happens, all the heat that you burn from the fire gets absorbed by all these rocks. And so you light it and then it just sits there and radiates heat all day long. And they're called Russian fireplaces or masonry heaters. You know the cardboard boxes that are covered with wax? Are you familiar with those? But they don't recycle those either. They usually just throw them away. And those work really, really good for starting fires because it gets all that paraffin in it. It burns really hot. So masonry heaters, they're expensive. You know, it costs a lot of money to have one
Installed and stuff.
installed. About $10,000, believe it or not. There was a group of us who were living in another community, similar community in Scotland called the
Feel free to come back and volunteer
and we've been invited back to the United States to do workshops and seminars around the country based on our experience at this other community. And when we were here, Gordon and I, who are
Tuesday,
brothers, we
Wednesday,
had the idea that we
Thursday,
wanted to
so
start a community somewhere in
maybe I'll see
America, similar to one that was in Scotland. And so we were traveling all around looking for land.
And this is where you ended up?
Yeah, it's kind of a long story, but the first workshop we did was at Hampshire College. Are you familiar with the colleges? There's 5 colleges in the area.
Yeah.
Amherst College, University of Massachusetts, Hampshire College, Holyoke, Mount Holyoke. And we were doing one at Hampshire College, and we had met this woman at Findhorn who was a friend of ours. She had a house across the street. She said we could stay with her while we were doing our thing. And she said, "Oh, you want to start a community? By the way, the land across the street is for sale." And it was December. It was a foot of snow on the ground. And Gordon and I grew up in New England. We grew up in Massachusetts, and we came over and we looked at the land. You know, and it was really cold. It was freezing cold like today. We looked at each other and goes, "Who wants to start a community in New England? Let's go somewhere warm." And we left. We went traveling around the country looking for land somewhere else. Thinking we didn't really want to do it in New England because it's hard to grow food, you know, it's cold. And, you know, we wanted to be somewhere in the attitude, you know, this is more open attitude in California and places like that. And we thought another place would be better. So we kept traveling around for months, traveling all over the country, doing these workshops in different places and looking for land. it was a little, the whole thing was a little bit absurd because we're in our 20s, we're like mid-20s, and we didn't have any money at all. But we were looking for land.
How did you eat?
Which, you know, on some level seemed a little bit absurd, but we still had this feeling that we needed to do this, even though it seemed like how would we ever get it because we didn't have any money. We didn't have any savings, we didn't have anything. And we were barely making enough money to go from place to place in our workshop tour. And so we kept traveling around, and nothing, we couldn't find land anywhere. And I actually went back to the community in Scotland because Linda was pregnant with our first daughter and I had to be back there. But I told Gordon I would come back to America because we still had this sense somehow we were going to be able to create a community in the United States, even though the absurdity of it didn't really strike us as being 20-year-olds and somewhat naive, which was actually useful. And so they kept traveling looking for land and nothing happened. And I said, you know, if you find it, let me know, I'll come back. Gordon was over there meditating and he got inner direction, inner guidance in meditation. You should come over here and buy this piece of land. So, which was also absurd because they didn't have the money to buy it. So they came over and talked to the guy who owned the land. He wasn't here in the winter when we were here, he was in Florida. And they said, we want to buy the land. He said, okay, I'll hold it for 3 days and I want a $30,000 deposit. And so they went to the bank to see if they could borrow the money from the bank. The bank literally threw them out because not only did we not have jobs, we didn't even have addresses in America because we were all living in Scotland.
Yeah.
And the bank just said, go away, we don't even want to talk to you, you know, just forget it. We're not going to give you any money. And so there was this conference in New Hampshire that was related to the community we were living in Scotland. And they asked several people there if they'd be interested in supporting a community in America. And 2 people said yes. They got a $10,000 donation and a $20,000 loan on the spot.
Wow.
And they came back to the guy within 3 days and said, we have $30,000 for you, but the bank won't give us a mortgage. And he said, well, I kind of like the idea that it was 90 acres of land, that it's not going to get chopped up into little tiny house lots along the road. And I like what you're doing. He says, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a mortgage, a 10-year mortgage on the property. And he gave it to us at half the going interest rate. In 1978, the interest rate was 13% interest. He gave it at 7%, which is really cheap.
Yeah.
He said, not only that, because I like what you're doing, I'm going to sell you everything at half price.
Wow.
He sold the land, 90 acres of land, a house, 2 garages. It was valued at $140,000. He sold it for $70,000. He gave a 10-year mortgage.
Wow.
Good guy.
That's how the community started. And we all came here, and we were all working here, and not having any jobs, and still wondering where our money was going to go. But we were really committed to doing it. And the magical things happened when we started creating a community. People would come and help us out and give us money, and just, you know, the whole thing just started unfolding.
You can move logs like it's nothing with these. So it grips on, that hook just grips in, and then you just, it's all leverage, and you just pry it wherever you want to go. You roll the log on, and you cut off all 4 sides to give yourself a nice square piece or rectangular square piece to work with. It's important to try to get right angles all the time because it wants to, or a tendency to not be totally square all the time, so you have to constantly like re-square it, you know, use this guy and just kind of like make sure it's square, and if it's not, then you gotta shim it and try to get it square again. And it usually doesn't go right. It often, every time something happens where you gotta fix it or work with it, just try to make it work out right. Actually hired us to we cut the wood on their property, and now we're bringing it back, cutting it all to size, and then bring it back down there, and then they'll build their barn. So it's kind of cool. Like their barn is made from the wood, you know, right there on the land.
Yeah.
And all it had to do was travel here and back. So it's like a half mile away. We'll get like 4 pieces out of this whole thing, out of the whole tree. Doesn't sound like a lot, you know. Makes you makes you kind of appreciate lumber. Just think of like how much work it actually takes to get a piece of lumber. Yeah, it's amazing to watch him work. He
just knows everything.
Yeah, he does. It's like genius. And I think nothing's ever a problem. Like even if something is a problem, he usually just laughs it off anyway. And then we're like, oh, that's a disaster. It's ruined or something. And then he'll be like, all right, let's just do this. And all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, it's like you don't have a problem anymore. These We call everything dogs for some reason. I don't know why. So these are dogs. Even the logs are dogs. So often, like, I don't know where that comes from.
So how do you know what is what? If you're like, give me the dog.
It's all in like reference to, you know, it's context clues.
We speak the exact same way.
Yeah.
exact
So this is you take this dog and you lock the dog on there. And you gotta make sure these dogs are not gonna get in the way, because you could chop off the top of them when your blade is running. The bark is maybe over here.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, Josh. $4,000. I forget what it's made of.
It says clay and straw.
So the walls are made out of clay, sand, and straw. That's it. You mix them all together and you glue them on and you build it up. And it's an old way of building houses. It's been around for thousands of years.
You go through.
It's totally natural, you know. There's no pin. You put it on a cart, you stomp up and down like feet, flop it around, and you come and smush it on the wall.
What is it? Clay and straw and what? Sand. And then do you like sand it down for the inside?
No, smooth it out, and this is just a limestone plaster for over the inside.
Small little room.
I just want to make a house now. It's so much work.
Small little room.
The greenhouse.
So worth
Oh my! I didn't even know there were 4 years.
Oh, those are so sick.
That's sick. I like this little. Yeah.
I was cutting the top off a tree 45 feet in the air, and I fell out of the tree.
Oh my
I
god.
broke my back in 3 places. That's why I walk around with a cane.
Oh really?
I almost died. I broke my rib, flapped my lung. It's like,
Wow, that's awful.
Like, did nothing break your fall? You just somehow survived?
yeah.
Wow.
You can cook a pizza in a minute and a half.
So this is our stone circle. We put all these up by hand. We didn't use the machine to put them up. And the idea of the stone circle is kind of a sacred place out in the woods where you can do meditation, prayer, you can do rituals, gatherings, fun things.
We just went on a tour with Bruce.
I love him.
I wish he was my grandfather.
I just
man ever.
I just want to live with him
You are for the next 3 days.
forever though. Placed
Much
at a
like
certain
circle, and they all
like-
have certain meanings.
so like northeast.
Some of them have
West.
spiritual things. We
Yeah,
also-
one of them points to the. Is it the Sirius
Yes.
star?
Yeah.
That's
that
why this-
rises in the same place every day, which is the star that this place is named after. That's pretty cool.
What else?
We then saw a labyrinth, which apparently
It was very small.
it's very, very tiny.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a big like
It's probably
thing.
It's probably a good like 15 feet across. At the most,
he
at
said
the
it takes
most.
20 to 30 minutes. It's a 20 to 30 minute walk, and by walking in a geometric pattern, you achieve spiritual happiness. They have a Native American sweat lodge.
A really
for
cool
all sorts
sauna
of
bathhouse type place.
They're very spiritual. Very spiritual.
Yeah, they meditate.
I don't
believe in that shit. I don't.
Yeah.
It was found that they decided to buy the land based on a vision while meditating.
You know,
Oh, and apparently at the Stonehenge they go there to to do things.
He didn't describe the things.
Things were never went into detail.
He said meditate and things. They also have a house about 5 minutes walk from everything else that is for one person only, and you stay there for a week alone in silence.
Now toilets are like the biggest
Toilets are the
ecological
devil.
disaster.
Toilets are the
They do.
devil.
There's just
Alright, so what was the problem with toilets? What do you say?
right. First is you have perfectly good drinking water that you contaminate
And then
with
you ruin
your
it.
body waste. Then you send it into the ground, into these giant pits, and then
Where it just like seeps out.
where it seeps out into the ground, contaminated.
Still contaminated.
And the ground is supposed to purify the water, which we then reuse. Doesn't purify it that well.
They
and
then scoop up all the poop and
Dump it
put
in a
chemicals and
landfill.
energy and ruin the world with it.
dump it in a landfill, which then infects even further land.
So instead, they seal their poop in a container for
2 years.
2 years, and then it turns to dirt, and they plant with it, and they collect all their.
I think it's 4 years because
You're
they have like
They have 2 containers. They use one for 2 years.
And
After
they
those 2
switch.
years, they switch over, and while they're using the next one,
the other one.
the other one has time to decompose. And then it's just a constant cycle of back and forth.
They also save all urine to water
Oh, yeah.
plants with.
Pee on your
That's
parents.
interesting.
Pee on your parents' plants.
But diluted.
Yeah, apparently
I
straight
think it's
pee
1 to
will
3,
kill your
1 to
parents.
4.
He said 1 to 4. 1 pee to 4 water.
Yeah.
He fell out of a fucking tree.
50 freaking feet.
45-foot tree fell on his back, broke it in 3 places, punctured a lung.
Didn't even
ribs.
pass out. Stayed conscious.
they use vegetable oil.
Oh, yeah,
His
for
truck
tires.
runs on
He
vegetable oil.
doesn't even have like a college degree. He
Yeah.
read a book.
He learns all of his things from a book.
He built a 107-foot windmill
Oh,
by hand.
109.
he climbed
109,
and
I'm
built
sorry.
it.
He learned everything by reading one
Why
book.
the hell
and
is this not on?
We asked him.
That's a wonderful.
We asked him, "How did you learn all this stuff?" And he said, "I just do
I
it."
just do.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
I'm crying so much. Josh threw a pillow at me this morning. He said, "This is the worst pillow
I've ever felt.
It's so hard." But that's not the funny part. It's not a pillow. Look what's in it. It's just towels. This is cabin fever. We have nothing to do. After work, there's nothing to do. There is nothing to do. We just played ping pong for an hour and a half.
Get close up on the tears. It smells bad pee.
Tear.
Stay there for a second while we prepare
Yeah.
While we prepare the what?
During the day, this eco-village is amazing. During the night, it sucks.
It's incredible the power of bad food.
Food is so awful.
But-
It's unedible.
But like we're having
Pissed off. Fuck this place.
we're having the greatest times of our life. Right?
But it's so
and then
awful.
you have a fight with that freaking macaroni bullshit. And everything plummets.
We had what we have. What was that vegetable?
Parsnips. They were the best thing. on the
Parsnips.
plate.
Tease. Pasta, vegan. Disgusting.
Awful.
The sauce was not
It tasted
real.
No,
like
the problem
throw
was
up.
the vegan cheese.
Vegan cheese.
Vegan cheese.
Not real. What else is there?
Oh, the thing that got worse from lunch.
We had coleslaw from lunch. Lunch, it was really good. Now, disgusting. I don't know what happened in 6 hours, but disgusting.
I'm like so upset. So much.
What else do we have?
Literally never.
Curry soup.
Awful.
I thought it was fine. Everybody else hated it.
Oh, that nasty chicken oatmeal.
There was no chicken. That's a fact.
There is no
It was
meat in
risotto.
this place.
I loved it. Legitimately loved. Loved. They hated it.
It was it.
Alright, but like lunch wasn't even bad. The beans, the chili was good.
Lunch was
Chili was good.
They
I
had-
enjoyed lunch. I enjoyed
We
working.
put cheese. We
I
had
enjoyed
corn
the tour. I
muffins. That was
enjoyed
good.
everything. I
The
hated
coleslaw
dinner.
this morning
It
was
ruined
good.
everything.
The only thing that wasn't good this morning was the
No,
friggin'
bro. The coleslaw was never good. And that
This-
green shit
Shut.
disgusting. I
Oh.
don't care. I hate them.
The spinach.
I go home.
The spinach was.
Oh,
The spinach was.
Putting towels in pillowcases.
The spinach was awful.
Oh my god.
There's so little to do here that we're keeping ourselves entertained by reading 1984.
We're gonna sit in a circle and read.
It's funny because this is for humanities.
We have listed many movies in the alphabet, played ping pong, and now we're going to read for fun.
Goodbye.
It's 9:13. Makovitsky's asleep.
9:13. Sound asleep.
Just plug it in and leave it on the nightstand pointed at him.
I wish I wasn't so shaky. Oh my god. It's like I don't even know what disease is shaking me. We just played Sorry.
It's a good time. You're a champion. Thank you.
Good night, world.
How was your sleep? Awful. My throat hurts. I slept out once again. My back heals, and these blankets are disgusting. How was your sleep?
Very awful. Bed is a rock.
Where the hell is Chico?
I have not pooped on December 12th.
Sleeping was so bad. That's all I have to say. No mas. It's Friday the 13th. I feel like I'm gonna die.
You're definitely going to die.
Already started dying.
Josh is fine. He's just unhappy about the food.
Everyone else is in physical pain.
It's the worst breakfast I've ever had in my life. I'm fucking pissed off. First of all, they gave us expired cream for our fucking coffee. And then they gave us expired yogurt. And I fucking hate yogurt already. It was so bad. I'm eating this shit. I hate yogurt. I refuse to eat it. So that's my breakfast. Cashews, oatmeal, rice cake, raisins. I haven't had an apple in a year because I hate them. And I am eating an apple today because I need it to survive. I'll get deathly ill.
Ate the whole yogurt. So unhappy.
When we're working or when we're not eating, my happiness level is at a 96. But when we're eating, it's at 0. Sometimes 5, but 0 most of the time. Today we are splitting wood and working on the greenhouse. I was just up there, screwing some wood to the roof, and Josh and Joey are insulating.
Yo, what up?
How's it going out there, Josh?
It just came back into the beam.
Yo, Matt. Smile for the camera. A hard-working boy.
The wood shop.
Yeah.
So much wood.
Endless wood in here.
Extension cord city.
Can't see anything. Where's my little...
I wish you could see.
Oh, it's gonna go. It's just a little slow this morning.
It's a little slow.
Oh my god!
I'll try it again. Choke off. Might be getting flooded.
Hey! Oh!
It died.
KG. Woo, smells good. Not.
Smells like a boat. You know?
Here we go. This is it, kid. Almost. Do it again. Hey! Hey! He's got the strategy down. One hit wonder. Oh. Alright, yeah. Hey! Just chopped wood. Now it's time for lunch. We just chopped wood. Very fun. Now I have to go to lunch. Awful. Awful.
Chana. It's an Indian chickpea dish with potatoes and peas. It's a little spicy. It's coconut chickpea curry, rice, yogurt, onion, raisins. This is a lime yacon and cabbage salad. So. And this is there's still a tahini dressing here and a ginger miso dressing.
After each meal, we help clean up.
Good work.
This is the fridge. Is there a light? Very cold. So we have one up to bat. It's a very difficult one. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Today was very fun.
Started out a little rough.
Breakfast
Let's get that out of the way real quick.
Breakfast was not the best.
We had some expired yogurt and some sour milk.
Breakfast was disgusting. There was yogurt. I hate
Some
yogurt. It's
stale
disgusting.
oats.
But immediately after breakfast, everything got better.
Once we started chopping wood with Bruce, life is good.
We all spent about 3 hours, 20 feet up, working on insulating a greenhouse and putting 2x4s to it. And then we performed the greatest task ever, splitting wood.
Could do it for my whole life, and I'd be happy.
Lunch? Great.
Fantastic.
Great lunch.
Forgot to mention that. It was like Indian food.
It was
Very
wonderful. They made up for all of the bad
It was like
meals.
spicy chickpeas and rice
And then there was
peas.
like split pea curry coconut soup.
Great.
Fantastic.
They made us like fresh popcorn. It smells great in here. We just came in from splitting so much wood.
We just sat outside. Oh, I hope there's a snack, and then bang! You want some popcorn? It's like they can read our minds.
Take a nice ride with Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what's in store for dinner.
Hopefully it's good.
An hour and a half. And then Josh, G-Cow, and possibly Joe are going to the sauna. I refuse.
Sauna.
I got bad circulation. This always happens. Even this summer. I sleep over the garage, so my room's always cold anyway, so I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
Beat the record.
Oh, they just made us a beautiful batch of popcorn.
Greatest people in the world.
Alright, let's taste it.
That's good.
Put your face in it. Put the camera in it.
No, like actually do it.
No,
Don't be a pussy.
That'll sabotage it for
I don't want to
everyone.
get a snot all over popcorn.
I have boogers in my nose. I'm not trying to do it.
I'm not my
Face in the thing.
No.
I'll do it.
No, I don't want you to.
I want you to.
Section. Look.
Never mind.
Pretty bad, but I love it. Hey, Ken. One more. Ooh, he holds the record. One more? Oh, there he is.
I zoomed up onto your face. It's hilarious. G-Cow's the master. Yesterday we had a tournament. G-Cow went 3-0. I went 2-1. Josh went 1-2. And Joey went 0-3. He broke it, and now he has to go tell someone. G-Cow prevailed, and we got a new ball.
But you do it anyways.
Just get one in, and then a nice slip.
You have to slip for real.
If you physically can't, you just have to hold yourself
No fake slips.
until you slip. Yeah, no fake. I'm not doing that.
It's coming. That was a bad one.
It's coming.
Take a moment to be grateful for the food. And great gratitude for the earth, the sun, the wind, the rain, all the plants, animals, and humans who brought this food here to us today. May it nourish our bodies, minds, hearts, and souls. Blessings on this meal. So we have curry with a nice ginger added to it. And it's got cabbage and coconut milk. It's got some baby corns in it that are organic. All the vegetables except for the baby corn and the kale were grown here. And it's got some Jerusalem artichokes, some parsnips in there. There's some steamed kale. And there's some tamari roasted pumpkin seeds. This is a tempeh that was marinated in ginger and tamari, baked with an olive oil and sprinkled with sesame seeds on top. Oh my God. And this is a apple cranberry crumble bake with a gluten-free cinnamon kind of crunchy thing on granola thing on top. It's all gluten-free. It's all vegan. It's all organic.
About to hit the sauna.
Oh
my God.
It's the sauna! That getting here right now.
Sauna!
This is so nice.
Oh my God, I hate it.
It's so nice.
Oh, the ground is so hot it hurts.
Pour some
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Do it, just do it.
Holy fucking Christ, this sounds shit. Fuck.
I literally want someone to get in here naked.
It's so hot.
I like
Just know that your bodies are naked on film.
I want to put my back against, but it's so hot.
I'm leaving.
This towel is saving my feet from hell.
I love it.
Underneath this towel is hell. Hell.
It's the sauna. I can't tell what my emotions like.
Close the fucking door. Close the fucking door.
Matt, just come in for 1 minute.
No. I am traveling alone outside. Hopefully I don't get murdered.
Just came back from the sauna. And my fiberglass rash came back.
It's very hot. Too hot for bare skin to touch.
Alright, I'm about
Tried to lean against the wall.
straight naked.
It hurt. The man did get naked and got in the shower while he was talking to us.
I'm just kidding.
I'm so sad I don't want to leave.
So we are back.
Yep.
Miss Bruce already.
I miss Bruce. And I miss cutting wood.
And also, Route 9 Diner was a gift from the heavens.
Swell.
My favorite things there were chopping wood, My least favorite was the food. The food was god awful.
Did we mention that Bruce built every single building in that community?
Yes.
He learned it all from a book.
One book.
One book. It's like the Bible of Bruce.
The food was awful.
Food is awful.
I know.
Still can't get over
lunch,
dinner number one.
Lunch consistently good. Dinner and breakfast consistently bad.
Breakfast was actually spoiled milk.
I'd rather
Unsafe to eat.
I'd rather die than eat it again. Legitimately die. It's not an exaggeration. No.
If anyone ever offers you vegan Parmesan cheese, leave.
It got to the point
immediately.
where I was willing to throw it out, spin it in their face, and just rather than finish it.
G-Cow made very.
Bad.
I don't know.
Such a poor decision.
I don't know why, but maybe it was because it was Friday the 13th. But G-Cow made so many poor decisions.
Alright, none of them would. Alright, one of them.
You took coleslaw for the third time.
Alright,
You
so,
knew you
alright,
didn't like
lunch,
it.
Lunch first day had coleslaw, absolutely delicious.
It
Second
was
day
okay.
got progressively worse.
Dude, it was bad.
We
The
knew it was
leftovers were
bad, and then the third time he took it again.
I took it again.
It was so awful he couldn't eat it.
He stepped on a ping pong ball and it broke.
It's the only ping pong ball we had.
We found another one finally.
We were
Another
forced
one
to talk
broke.
to them and ask them for a new one. Yeah, there was a guy that looked like Mr. Schoonmaker with a glass eye. And he said that coffee is very healthy for you, very strong feelings about drinking coffee. He's upset that we didn't drink coffee, and he said he's been drinking coffee since he was 6, and all myths about coffee stunning your growth are false.
And his evidence for that was Mormons tested.
The Mormons did studies.
I tried drinking coffee, and he gave me expired creams.
So that was the end of it.
That was the end of that.
He also tried to incorporate the word fuck in every sentence.
Yeah, good guy.
Smelled like smoke.
Reeked of smoke.
Good guy.
Bruce, you know, I thought he was Fazio's brother at times.
Like Fazio's father taught him
yeah,
everything he knows.
He was like a little more spiritual than Fazio, but still very.
And a lot
very
less like in
fantastic
tune with the world.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, he knows about the outside world. I don't know why. He randomly spit out facts about Mandela. Don't know how. If you want to do it, you
It's worth
have to go the first time without bringing your own food.
You have to just
become a
suffer
man.
and experience.
And if you're a woman, you become a woman. All right.
If you're a woman, you become a man.
All right.
Expect cabin fever. By the end of the first day, we were going insane.
And just fully embrace your cabin
There's just
fever.
nothing
Embrace
to do.
it.
Nothing.
Working was great, actually.
Yeah, working
Working
was
was
a
very
great
fun.
time.
We were working 25 feet in the air, stuffing foam into a ceiling
We learned a lot of
with
stuff.
no help. Fully independent.
Yeah, those hippies are actually pretty smart. You know,
Yep.
give them some credit. They're stronger than all of us.
Yeah, Bruce has old man strength.
Yep.
Can't.
Even though he
mess
fell
with that.
50 feet from a tree.
Can't mess
Broke
with
his
old man.
back, walks with a cane. Still a
Still
bow.
chops wood like a master.
Set about.
The squirrel is still alive! I just ran a squirrel over and it's still alive. What the fuck?
And she's by